Coming up on the April 11th edition of the Met Report, can baseball make a final push for the postseason? See how they did in this weekend's games.
New smoking policies on campus are a little hazy. Find out how they affect you.
And we get down and dirty on the issue of fracking. All this and more on the Met Report. I'm Alec Brown.
And I'm Jessie Salazar. Campus is embracing a new flock of roadrunners. Freshmen and transfer students recently checked out Metro's campus last Saturday. Met reporter Cynthia Maldonado takes a look at what parents and students think about Metro State.
We're at the Student Success Building where the annual 2014 open house is being held. We're going to go around asking future roadrunners what are their thoughts on joining the MSU Denver family.
It's that time of year when high school students and parents journey to the Auraria campus. From admissions to the communications department, future roadrunners receive valuable information before the start of their college career.
So far I've been talking to everybody and I'm having a great time and figuring everything out.
I'm actually a Metro alum, so I'm expecting her to get a very good education here.
My mom went here and she had great things about it, so I'm wondering I get the same success she had.
Staff and faculty are ecstatic to meet and guide all new students on their road to success.
There are numerous support services here designed to help students become more successful. The sooner they get connected to their faculty, their departments, the services, the more successful they will be.
They're not bothering their faculty member just by going to talk to them about anything.
Finding something to get involved with on campus where it's not only just academics that you're doing, but something fun, something that's going to keep you wanting to come back to campus.
From all kinds of mixed emotions, future roadrunners are set for the coming semester.
Go Roadrunners!
For the Met Report, Cynthia Maldonado.
The third annual MSU Denver Graduate Research Conference is fast approaching. Registration is open for all undergrad majors and concentrations. The conference is on April 25th from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the Student Success Building. This is an opportunity for students to show off their creative sides to faculty and their student peers. Jake Norton of Mountain World Productions will be the keynote speaker. Check out tinyurl.com/MSU Denver URC for registration and conference details.
RTD offers students the chance to list HERO on their resumes. The Community Emergency Response Program, or CERT, offers a free course educating transit users in emergency preparedness. The 3-day course teaches volunteers about basic disaster skills, such as fire safety, search and rescue, and disaster medical operations. CERT members can provide immediate assistance to victims while waiting for first responders. The program is from June to November. RTD requires volunteers to pass a background check, be a U.S. citizen, and at least 18 years of age. Upon completion of the course, volunteers will receive a backpack containing safety equipment and a certificate.
The Auraria Higher Education Center released its 2014 RTD referendum on Monday, which this year includes a survey regarding the possibility of a new campus-wide smoking policy. Our Mark Springer has the story.
This year's RTD referendum isn't solely about public transportation. This referendum right here is one of the most answered surveys by campus students. So the Student Advisory Committee to the Auraria Board added a section on tobacco products due to interest from a portion of the student body in further regulating the use of these products on campus.
I don't mind smoking areas because a lot of people don't really like the smell of smoke around them at all times because, I walk around the campus a lot and I see everybody smoking. I wouldn't mind just certain areas, but I wouldn't want a ban at all because, I don't know, it seems like I would like to have a cigarette after classes, and it's just something I feel like everyone should have a right to do.
I would rather have a designated area than it be completely wiped off. Smoking to me is like the less stress. It makes me less stressed before tests and going in. It's like my time to breathe, and if they got rid of that, I think I'd be really upset.
As a smoker, I would like to be able to smoke where I want to smoke, but also trying to quit smoking around here, it's kind of difficult with everybody else that's smoking around.
I enjoy sitting out here people watching essentially, and just, being able to smoke next to class and just enjoy the fresh air. I guess it's not fresh for everyone.
The referendum is available to all Auraria students through Sunday at midnight at ahec.edu. The entire survey is only 5 questions long, with 4 of them pertaining to tobacco use. SACAB will approach the Auraria board about any potential changes to the smoking policy, depending on the results. Mark Springer for the Met Report.
Freshmen have a chance to nominate the people who have made an impact in their first year of college at the Student Choice Awards. The ceremony takes place next Wednesday at 12:30 in the Student Success Building, 2nd floor lounge. Pick up a nomination form at the Student Success Building to nominate an instructor, mentor, or peer leader that you think deserves recognition.
Metro State's president, Stephen Jordan, is now one of Denver's most 50 powerful people, beating out CU's president for a spot. He has played a huge part in expanding Metro's footprint in the Denver metro area. Jordan helped add the new $40 million aerospace facility on campus and has also helped develop new academic programs like teacher education, social work, and accounting.
Last month, Professor Aaron Brown of MSU Denver led a team at Revision International to teach Westwood residents how to build their own furnaces out of aluminum cans. Tawny Clary was on site where residents and volunteers collaborated and worked hard.
Basically, this community, the houses aren't in great shape and people's incomes are a little bit less, and so we're trying to help them reduce their bills and save a little money. So it really is beneficial for heating your house, and the homes that we have here in the community that we've donated to these, they're saving about $25 a month right now. What we're doing here is we're making the cans hollow, and we have 3,000 cans to make hollow, so it's a lot of work. And then we take the cans over here, we take the hollow cans, and we glue them into columns using caulk. And the columns will dry, and then we have boxes that we're building, and we'll make boxes with the columns in them. And then eventually we'll draw a big hole at the top and the bottom. There'll be some mixing chambers, and we have a computer fan that pushes air through those columns. And as the air pushes through, the sun shines on the cans, which are painted black, or will be painted black, and heats the air up and puts out about 150 to 170 degrees Fahrenheit heat.
I want to use in 1 bedroom because there is very cold for my kids. So I think it's very helpful for everybody because right now everything is very expensive. So I think this is a good idea to start to cut, the money. I think it's a lot of work, but we okay with that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about you, Alec. I'm a health critic, but those smoking bans, I just feel that's wrong because it's taking away people's rights. What do you think?
That's true, but smoking is bad for your health. They should just ban smoking on campus altogether, I think.
Well, people are never going to stop, so I don't know about that.
It could help them to quit.
Maybe. After the break, find out who's replacing longtime late-night host David Letterman.
And is it going to snow Saturday or Sunday? Come back after the break and you'll find out.
And speaking of change, winter sports are over and baseball finally got to play some home games. I'll tell you how those went down later on in the show. We'll be right back.
That report is brought to you today in part by Health Center at Auraria, a proud sponsor of the Healthy Pursuits program. Healthy Pursuits brings Zumba, belly dancing, Nia, Pilates, and yoga classes to Auraria for free as part of tuition and fees. Classes are offered Monday through Friday, and you can find the full schedule on the Wellness channel in ConnectU or on the Health Center website at tinyurl.com/healthypursuits. Also, real-time updates are on Twitter at BeWellAuraria, and news and events are on Facebook at Health Center at Auraria.
FDA is proposing a ban on Colorado beer makers' ability to recycle their used grain. If passed, the state could see a spike in the price of beer. The FDA has included this proposal as part of a new overhaul in sanitary handling procedures. The new regulation would force beer makers to dump millions of tons of grain instead of recycling it for a profit. Top companies from around the beer industry are currently fighting the proposal.
Fracking is a controversial issue that many people have concerns about. Met reporter Cynthia Maldonado goes out and talks to geologists to get an idea about the subject.
Fracking has been part of Colorado for over 60 years. As it remains a very controversial issue, I've spoken with two Metro State professors who give us an insight on what fracking is.
Fracking is when we're trying to get oil and gas out of a layer of rock where the oil and gas doesn't move very easily. It's stuck in the rock and it can't get out.
The way this is done is you put in a fluid under high pressure. This fluid interacts with a host material and basically cracks it. Fluid is mostly water, but they mix other chemicals in it, like ethylene glycol.
A lot of oil wells might be 3,000, 5,000 feet down.
The problem is if you have one of these fractures take off and go through all kinds of rocks and eventually end up in an aquifer or in a drinking water system.
A lot of people are concerned about the possibility of water contamination or air contamination.
People trying to open the faucet to get drinking water, and they can actually put a lighter to it and you can see the flames coming out.
I don't think the question can be framed as should we frack or should we not frack. It's like, what are the risks and benefits of this, and are there places where we're willing to take those risks, and are there other places where we say no, that's not an acceptable risk. The way the law works in Colorado, though, it's really more up to the oil and gas companies who own the mineral rights where they're going to go ahead and use fracking.
For the Met Report, Cynthia Maldonado.
For more information, visit studyfracking.com.
Colorado is no stranger to human trafficking. The state and MSU Denver have taken steps to fight this illegal activity. Colorado is a popular hub for human trafficking because of our airport, our immigration population, and our highway system. MSU professor Ann Jeanette Alejano-Steele founded the Laboratory to Combat Human Trafficking, or LCHT, to stop modern-day slavery. LHCT has produced strategies for Colorado and other concerned states. Alejano-Steele has also started a response team. It pairs survivors with volunteers to help with schoolwork and more. The academic response team has helped 51 people so far.
This fantastic partnership between the Institute for Women's Studies and Services and the Laboratory to Combat Human Trafficking, that together these two organizations really work to have a presence and to do something about this issue.
Check out www.combathumantrafficking.org/home for more information.
A nearly 30-year run on television comes to an end next year with the retirement of CBS late-night host David Letterman. Met Report Yanni Gabru has more.
The man who owns this network, Leslie Moonves, he and I have had a relationship for years and years and years. And we've had this conversation in the past, and we agreed that we would work together on this circumstance and the timing of this circumstance. And I phoned him just before the program and I said, Leslie, it's been great, you've been great, the network has been great, but I'm retiring.
Talk show host David Letterman follows in the ending footsteps of Jay Leno with announcements of retirement. He plans on leaving The Late Show in 2015, which is the same year his contract ends. Several news sources have stated that Stephen Colbert himself will replace the irreplaceable. For the Met Report, I'm Yanni Gabru.
Jay Leno and David Letterman, I grew up watching both those guys, and now they're gone.
I know, it's so sad, but hopefully new young talent comes and gives us something awesome.
Should be interesting.
When we come back, Melanie Townsend tells us what's going on in the world of entertainment. But first, Chris Gibson lets us know if we can expect some spring snow anytime soon.
How did you know, Jesse? It seems like you got a crystal ball over there. Right now, our current conditions are sitting at 66 degrees, and we should expect highs of 74 and lows of 49. Let's take a look at our hour-by-hour forecast. At 2 o'clock, we'll be hitting 69 degrees. Around 4 or 5 o'clock, going up to the mid-70s, 6 o'clock, 72 degrees. And because it is springtime, it's time for the pollen count. Trees are emitting a lot of pollen at this time of year. Grass and weeds are in second and third place, but don't worry, they will make a comeback. If we can look at our national weather for Saturday, take a look at Denver, a high pressure point. But don't worry, that's a good thing. That means warm, beautiful weather. Our friends in the Midwest are not going to be having too much luck. If you take a look at the watch box here, the one in yellow, high warnings for tornado, hail, wind. It's going to be pretty drastic. Take a look over here. We also have a stationary front moving over to the east to the Carolinas. Florida is doing great, as usual. And take a look over here. We have two cold fronts that are crashing in right here and creating a warm front right on the border of South Dakota and North Dakota. Pretty interesting, huh? Let's take a look at our national weather for Sunday. A lot of color in Denver, and that is not a good thing. We're going to be expecting sleet, snow, hail in the Denver area, so plan accordingly. And also, our friends in the Midwest are still struggling. We have a cold front moving up and still a lot of tornado warnings. Let's take a look at our next slide right here. Let's take a look at our local weather for Denver on Saturday. We should hit a high of 71, 66 Alamosa, always really different than Denver because of that valley area. And look at Lamar, 84 degrees. Everyone in Lamar should be hitting the pool, don't you think? And now let's take a look at the local weather on Sunday. Denver, high of 41, Colorado Springs 40, and if you can tell, right here in the I-25 corridor, all snow, and over here in the high country, rain. Let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. Monday, 55, Tuesday, 67 should be a nice day, 60s and 50s all throughout, and high 30s all throughout the rest of the week. Thank you so much for joining me on weather. I'm Chris Gibson, and make sure to see more Met Report after the break.
Now and then I get insecure from all the pain. I'm so ashamed. I am beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can't bring me down.
Where I bring Hollywood a mile high.
Aligning the Hollywood stars over Denver.
I'm here to bring you the latest juicy gossip from the Mile High to the streets of Hollywood.
Give your most handsome look to that camera.
Where I'll be bringing you the latest gossip from Tinseltown all the way up to a mile high.
I didn't get any injuries. I was okay. I was doing a little dancing, these, you know.
Check us out every Friday live at 12:30 p.m. on The Met Report.
Now joining us for EMET is Melanie Townsend. Mel, it sounds like Alec may need to do a little spring cleaning and shopping for his closet.
Well, Alec, you may just have to do that. Spring is not only bringing hotter temperatures, but it is also bringing hotter trends in fashion. So let's see what stylish items you can add to your wardrobe this season. Out with the old and in with the new spring fashions of 2014. Ladies, this season is all about being sporty with a sexy, stylish flair. Elle and Glamour magazine say crop tops, bomber jackets, sheer threads, dazzling florals, and pops of color are what's putting the fab in fabulous this spring. As for you fine gentlemen out there, bomber jackets are also in, along with shades of blue, masculine floral patterns, casual sweaters, and colorful neckties. So what's the haps with Denver's fashion scene? Well, wonder no more, guys. Miss Lisa Elston, couture designer and founder of the Fashion Design Center of Denver, shares her suggestions on how Coloradans can look more trendy this season.
We have to be able to dress for the weather. We have to dress for the event. And being that we are here in between both coasts, we aren't as dressed up as New York, and we certainly aren't as casual as California, but we have our own sense of style. Two big things that I see are color is back and really vibrant or very pale, and it's mixed with the vibrant colors. I think the colors of the past have been very muted because of the economic strain that we've had, and I think seeing these colors come to life means that everybody's ready for the next step, a change.
For all aspiring designers in Colorado looking to get their chic creations on the runway, visit the Fashion Design Center of Denver's website or Lisa Elston's Facebook page for the latest fashion gossip. You know what else is fashionable? Football jerseys. While football season may be over, it shouldn't keep audiences from seeing the much anticipated sports drama, Draft Day. With a little good fortune, we were able to interview one of the stars of D-Day, Mr. Tom Welling.
Draft Day is hitting theaters today. The Met Report got a chance to talk with Tom Welling as he advances his career from TV series to big films.
Season, I found myself just watching the game a little bit differently, paying attention to things a little bit differently. I think I'm just a little more informed than I was before.
This movie is probably the best movie I've seen all year, and I'm not even a football guru.
There's one where Kevin punched me in the stomach before he walked out of one of the takes. That was funny.
A great drama filled with excitement, tension, and enormous stress on one's job. The Cleveland Browns attempts to trade up for first pick in the NFL draft and save football in the city.
And I didn't understand how difficult the lifestyle is to be an NFL player. I mean, we see them on Sunday doing, these incredible things, but there's a lot of other things that go on behind the scenes.
Tom Welling landed a small role in Draft Day as Brian Drew, a veteran quarterback in the crossroads of his career. Welling, the former Smallville star, may have only landed a small role, but his fans hope for a leading role in his next film. Kevin Costner, Jennifer Gardner, and Dennis Leary star in this epic football movie of the century. And if you're not a football fan, the movie relates to a wide audience. You can feel the pressures and stress of work, family, friends, what you really want, and what's best to keep your job.
All that matters is what you think. Write your own story, Sonny.
Hi, this is Tom Welling, and you're watching the Met Report.
Well, Draft Day certainly looks like another blockbuster hit, but I've got some other movies that may be worth your while in this week's must-sees.
Oh my gosh, did you see that? You gotta check it out.
I want to see that.
That's so cool. I can't wait.
We have to go and check that out.
Let's see.
Hey, mister.
Yeah?
Me and my daddy just got into town. I was wondering if you'd give us a job.
I pay a day's pay for a day's work. And if we work till dinner and get rained out, I pay for the whole day. Does that sound fair enough?
Yes, sir.
I'm Joe.
After taking a bit of a hiatus, Nicolas Cage is back on screen with a new thriller/drama called Joe. It's about an ex-convict that is faced with a test of will and patience after he befriends an abused boy. The main message of this movie is you don't want to make Joe angry. You wouldn't like it when he's angry.
Well, this year's off to a great start. Ow, ow.
The lighter side of things, the colorful and song-crazed birds of Rio are back in action in Rio 2. The Blue Macaws return along with familiar friends in an all-new setting, the Amazon. There they encounter all new dangers and wild adventures. Check out this family flick in a theater near you.
Keep celebrating. I'll be pooping on your party promptly.
It's funny how they're making a draft movie about a team that doesn't know how to draft.
Yeah.
It's ironic.
I did watch the movie though, and it was a great movie. And I'm not even a big football fan, and I was laughing the whole time. And Tom Welling, woo!
Yeah, don't even talk about it because I'm still mad that I didn't get to meet him, Jesse. So,
I heard he was pretty good. I don't know.
Major babe. When we come back, Anthony Rodriguez shows us how solid our women's softball team is on the way to the playoffs. We'll be right back.
All that long and do it all again so I can find my way back home.
The sun seems to shine a little less since you've been gone.
You were the one I wanted. Don't stray, don't ever go away.
I'll just smile and everyone will wanna go with it. Oh.
Now joining us from Met Report Storks is Anthony Rodriguez. Anthony, how's the baseball squad doing?
Well, Alec, we'll get to baseball in just a second, but how about our women's golf squad? Natalie Gallagher became the first medalist in school history, leading Metro State to a second-place finish at the Maverick Spring Invitational on Tuesday at the golf club at Redlands Mesa in Grand Junction, Colorado. The Roadrunners had a two-day score of 672, 343, and 329, behind Colorado Mesa at 649 in the 8-team tournament. It was the highest finish for the Roadrunners in their first season of golf, and their round of 329 was their lowest round of the season. And Natalie Gallagher earned RMAC Golfer of the Week honors. She's the first golfer in school history to earn the award for the first-year program. The Roadrunners will be back in action next week at the Wolfpack Invitational in Pueblo, Colorado. Now on to softball. The Roadrunners are well on the rise, winners of 3 of their last 4 heading into the weekend, and 4 games in Las Vegas, New Mexico. After dropping their first game on Saturday 4-3 to UCCS and winning their second game 16-6 over New Mexico Highlands. The Roadrunners would then take on New Mexico Highlands again on Sunday, and this game wouldn't even require the full 7 innings. After tying a school record with 5 hits in Metro State's win over the Cowgirls the day before, junior Kaylin Harmon continued her torrid pace, going 2 for 3. The Roadrunners had 13 hits in this game and quickly overcame an early 1-0 deficit with 3 runs in the second, 4 in the third, 5 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. Katie DeGarro provided the final 2 runs with her first career home run in the fifth, and Aubrey Mall earned the victory, allowing 1 run on 1 hit in 3 innings of relief. The Roadrunners would go on to win 14-2 in just 5 innings. Then in the final game of the weekend in New Mexico against UCCS, it was the Cassidy Smith show, scattering 8 hits and 1 run for a complete game. Senior Danny Sandell went 3 for 5 with a double in the game, pacing 14 hits for the Roadrunners. Metro State scored a pair of runs in both the first and third innings to take a 4-0 lead. And then Chelsea Brew's 2-run double in the fifth led to a 3-run inning. Metro State would win 7-1 to complete the weekend, going 3-1 with a pair of blowout wins on Sunday. The ladies return home to face the Fort Lewis Skyhawks in a 4-game series starting tomorrow, trying to stay near the top in the RMAC standings. Now, on to baseball. After losing 7 of their last 9 games at home, the Roadrunners would look to regain their confidence at home with a 4-game series against the Colorado Christian Cougars. We pick up the action in Game 1 of the 4-game set on Friday. The Roadrunners would get things started in the first inning as junior Mitch Gibbons lines this single right up the middle to give Metro State the early 1-0 lead. But in the second inning, the Cougars would strike back quick with this RBI double from Pierce Richardson to give CCU the 2-1 advantage. But just as quickly as Colorado Christian found some offense, the Roadrunners turned to Mitch Gibbons again, this time in the third inning for a 2-run single that would reach the left field fence to put Metro back on top 3-2. Think Gibbons would have all of the fun in this one? Not so fast. Senior Gavin Purvis says, "Sit down, young gun," with this solo home run to Auraria Parkway in the 4th inning, his 3rd jack of the season for 2 Roadrunners. Christian would not go away in this game, though, as Pierce Richardson was at it again, this time in the 6th inning with this 3-run bomb to left field to put the Cougars back on top 5-4. Back and forth we go as the Roadrunners would score the next 4 runs to eventually wind up with the 8-6 win over the Cougars. Metro's 3 through 6 hitters combined to go 8 for 16 to get the W. Now, while the Roadrunners would drop Game 1 of Saturday's doubleheader to the Cougars, the second game on Saturday would be just a wee bit different. We opened things up in the second inning. Most of the game would favor the Roadrunners, but the Cougars would open up the scoring with this RBI single from Mason Brozovic to give CCU the 1-0 lead. And he may have pitched dominant in Game 1 of the doubleheader on Saturday, but when Chisholm Witt tried to get a base hit to left field, Rowley Mao would say, "No soup for you," on this great snag to Rob Witt in the 3rd inning. And then in the bottom of that 3rd inning, Mao's defense would turn to offense with this RBI single to center field to tie things up at 1-1. And things were just getting started for the Roadrunners in this game, trust me, in the 4th inning, an inning that the Cougars would surely like to forget. Baca and Purvis would both come across home plate on this throwing error to give the Roadrunners the 3-1 advantage. But Metro isn't even close to being done in the bottom of the 4th, as freshman Marcus Bean wanted in on the action as he beans this 3-run bomb to left field, his first of the year, to put Metro up 6-1. Thought they were done there? No way! Still in the 4th inning after Gibbons RBI double for the 7-1 lead with 2 men on. Look out, Pepsi Center! Darryl Baca would absolutely tear the laces off this ball for a 2-run bomb to left field, his 5th of the season, put Metro up even more, 11-4. The rout was on. Kevin Hand would have a very good day on the mound for the Roadrunners in the win, pitching 6 innings, allowing 6 hits, only 2 earned runs, and 6 strikeouts, as Metro State wins 11-4 in the 3rd game of the 4-game weekend series over Colorado Christian.
I really just sat on the pitches that we knew were coming, and obviously that was at the 4th inning. It was a big one, so it was nice to get ahead big and not have to worry about a close ball game.
So it seems like our Metro State Roadrunners, our spring sports, are making up for what happened in the fall sports with the men's basketball team. But get out there and we'll see some Roadrunners baseball teams. They're going for the playoffs, and softball well on their way to maybe first place.
Should be an interesting season. Good to see what's going to happen.
Absolutely, good to see it.
And I love being outside, get that nice
Oh,
tan
it's
on
so
while
nice
watching
outside.
some sports.
Absolutely, it's very nice outside.
Very nice outside. Well, that does it for this week's show. Don't forget to visit us at themetreport.org or on our YouTube channel as well.
For Alec Brown, Chris Gibson, Melanie Townsend, Anthony Rodriguez, and the entire Met Report staff, I'm Jessie Salazar. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on campus.